This podcast provides a platform that will share many different points of views that should empower you, uplift you, make you want to go out and do right. When you hear the term still a man, say, yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Let's go.
What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of the Still a Man podcast. Tonight, we will be discussing skin folk ain't kinfolk. All right? So basically, this is a popular term. Let's give our reference and let's give notice, give the flowers to the woman that coined said term, and her name is Zora Neale Hurston. Again, she is the person that made this term popular. Skinfolk ain't always kinfolk. All right, just for the sake of argument, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in place. When I say skinfolk ain't kinfolk, let's break this down. Skinfolk, I'm referring to people's race, right? And when I say kinfolk, I am referring to family. Now, let's be clear about this for the sake of discussion. Family is blood or chosen. So that means people can be family based upon what they bring to the family, and it's not always in direct relation to blood. Because some people sometimes are more family to you than those that are your bloodline. All right. Now that that's been said, Bert, are you familiar with that term?
I haven't necessarily heard it, but it kind of explains itself.
Okay. What about you, dude? Dude, gotta turn your mic on.
My bag. I was running my mouth. With this one, you can go a lot of places with this one because this is where I'm at with this is that to me it's a spiritual thing. It's like whoever ain't on the frequency that you're on, that's your folk. And it's kind of like what the Messiah said. Jesus to go, your mother, brother, and my mother and brothers are those who hear the word of the Most High and obey it. That means the ones who are on my frequency. Because if they're not on your frequency, whether they blood or not, some of them don't mean you well.
Good. Right off the bat. All right. Let's get Gregory into the discussion. Gregory, are you familiar with that term? That phrase?
Yes, I am. They not like us.
Oh, so that's what it equates to. That's what it translates
That's
to.
the new Black theme song, right?
Okay. All right, Timmy, are you familiar with that term and phrase?
What damn phrase? What damn phrase you talking about?
Did you miss the whole introduction to the show?
I saw it there. I wasn't even on.
No. All right. So, at the risk of sounding redundant, I'm going to repeat this just once. Have you ever heard the term, all skin folk ain't kinfolk?
Have I ever heard that term? Well, yeah. All the years I ain't never heard of it. But I do know what it means. It's some old slave thing that us black folks used to, it's enlightening. It's enlightening us on things. You know, it's sort of like our slang that we have. You know, it's sort of like that. It's our own uh language that we code the language, so to say.
Okay. Sean, are you familiar with this phrase?
Yes, sir, I am.
Kinfolk ain't kinfolk?
Yes, I am.
Okay. What you know about it?
When we was coming up, my grandmother made that. She said that phrase was like, not all. It's equivalent to when they say, blood ain't always thicker than water.
Ooh.
Hmm.
You can have. Mhm.
Go,
I'm good.
go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
I'm good. I'll have more later. I'm good. I like
Where's
that.
Granny from?
Dothan, Alabama.
Yeah, the South. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
That's where that stems from. That's where it originates from. Uh, Robert, are you familiar with that term? You have to turn your mic on. All right.
He just joined us back, so he probably didn't hear you.
All right, again, Robert, are you familiar with the term all skin folk and kinfolk? You gotta turn your mic on. All right, I'm gonna go to one of the ladies while we're waiting on him to fix his technical difficulties.
Dave,
Yeah.
sorry. The question was something about all skins or something ain't your kin or something. What did you say?
Are you familiar with the term all skin folk and kinfolk?
I mean, I done probably heard it and ignored it, and I can go into saying, um, I don't want to say because your skin's the same color as my skin means you're my family, you know. But and I heard it.
That's your answer?
Yeah, I heard it.
All right. Patsy, are you familiar with the term all skin folk and kinfolk?
No, I really hadn't heard it before. But your explanation makes sense because just because you related to me or you're the same color as I am, don't always mean you're on the same page as I am.
Okay.
You can be black, Hispanic, or whatever, and understand me better than another white person.
And Dave, when she said exactly what I was probably supposed to say, just because you are my blood, don't mean you really like kin to me. Because my next door neighbor could be like more family and treat me more family like than you are treating me.
Okay.
Exactly, and treating you more with respect than your own kin.
Yes.
All right. All right. Tanya,
Yeah.
are you familiar with the term all skin folk and kinfolk?
No, I am not familiar with the term, but I interpret the term the way the rest of the panel interprets the term. Meaning that the frequency spiritual wise, sometimes you can surround yourself with bad spirits. You got to be a discerner of spirits to know who you need to have around you.
Okay. Go ahead. Your phone broke up.
I'm sorry. And like Patsy and Robert said, sometimes your friend treats you better than your own family do. And like Sean said, just because you're my blood doesn't mean that that we rocking like that.
Got it. Got it.
So it's a encompasses all three.
All right. So you guys have some understanding of it. All right. Ita, same question. Are you familiar with the term all skin folk and kinfolk?
I wasn't familiar, but I did my research and then listening to everyone. I understand it.
Okay. All right. If you're just joining us tonight, we are discussing the term all skin folk ain't kinfolk. It was popularized, coined by a woman named Zora Neale Hurston. She's a author. Um, she's she's a very like influential part of the Black movement to an extent. So guys, check her out. She got some good literature out there. One of her literature pieces is titled Moses. So guys, check that out as well.
Yeah, text that to me later on.
Yeah, will do. Pretty sure it should be a good read. All right. Did anybody else join us? All right. If not, let's move forward. All right, let's get to the first question tonight. We got a number of them, and we're going to try to get through all of them. First question is, this is for the panel, I'm going to go around. I'm just going to state the question first. Has society stripped Black America of their culture, repackaged it, presented it as something new, all the while basically, what's the good word for it? Making those same people feel like out of touch, out of place, stigmatizing the originators. So do I need to repeat that? Let me repeat it again one more time. Has society stripped Black America of their culture, repackaged it, presented it as something new, all the while basically stigmatizing the originators? Let's go to Bird first.
Hello. Hold on for
Hey,
one second.
Bird,
Yeah,
you heard the question?
I do. Yes, I did hear the question. I do believe they have decided to alter the culture and try to mold it into what they see fit for the culture. I don't know about the stigmatized, I think the last part, but I definitely believe they have tried to recreate the culture to fit society's need.
Okay. Gregory, same question.
Yeah, I believe everything you said was just true. They definitely pushed that narrative, so it's a stigmatization. That's what it's supposed to be called.
All right. Robert, you got to turn your mic on.
Even if I say they did, why didn't us as society, people go and do research and still teach yourself? Like I can tell you tomorrow's gonna rain. That's me telling you that. Why don't you go find out probably the same way I found out or look even further? So if they changed, suppressed it, switched it, told a different story and you believed it, that was you. That's your loss because you still can do research.
Okay. Let's go to Timmy.
well, I think it's like this. When you put things out in the atmosphere as out to the world as a whole, it means that somebody in the world or somebody in the United States of America, it doesn't matter where they, what state they're at, they are gonna pick up on something that this state is doing, and then they're gonna turn it around to where it's gonna be equated to their state with a different spin to it. You know, it's just like the Bloods and Crips, right? They are influenced throughout the whole America, across waters and shit, across in Europe and shit. So this shit started in LA and they managed to influence a whole fucking world, nation, so that's what happens when you put that out there in the atmosphere. It's liable to catch on, and that's what it is with music, the hip hop, all that. Everything that we did as a whole, as a black community, right? Everything that we put into the public eye to get noticed, they gonna take bits and pieces and put twisters to their shit and make it like they created something off of a branch off of the originator.
Okay. Dude,
Yeah,
same
T.
question. Same question, dude.
Well, I can go on for hours with this one, but I'm gonna keep it a little short. Okay. Not only did they repackage and brand, they experimented with us. That we had a couple of names. We went from being colored to black to African American. It's like they switch it every so many years to confuse us. So what are we really? If you can keep changing our identity, coming from colored to black to African American, like each one of those have a different meaning. Each one of those people been through a different thing. So how can we relate to one another when we've been through different things? The most thing we should know, we should never forget our ancestors. We should never forget where we come from. So if you forget this is why people are so messed up, and this is why I love them, because they don't know no better. Because if you don't know who you are, you don't know where you're going. And everywhere, even though we create everything because we're the creators of this earth, we're still desire their ways. We still want to be like them, act like, be a part of this system. And my brother, Mr. Stillwater, and you're right. The reason why people don't go study and research, because this world and this system in the school system done taught people, who gives a fuck about who you are? You need to get out there and make a living. So what if you find out who you are? What is that going to do? Is that going to put money in your pocket? It deters these people from doing that. So these people, they ain't going to go study. All they want to do is go make money, because that's what the world got them to do. Just make money like machines, make money. Everybody's trying to outdo each other, making money, making money, making money, making money, making money. Ain't got time to go do that. They don't care who they are. They just want to make money. And they think the money and who they are defines them. Oh, I'm a doctor. Oh, I'm such a this, I'm such a that. They got it all wrong. They got it all wrong. And that's why they have miserable lives. And that's why people are the way they are, because they don't know who they are. Once they find out who they truly are, and where they came from, and they'll be a lot better. If anybody ever asks you, oh, you want reparations, or do you want your people to know who they truly are? My thing, well, I want my people to know who they truly are. Fuck the money, because once we know who we truly are, we're taking the shit back anyway.
That's why Mr. Clearwater said,
Yes.
research.
A Truman Show. Everybody's acting.
Perfect show, Gregory, to watch, because he's us. That one man represents us, and that's what's going on. Thank you, Gregory. If anybody want to watch that movie, a great movie. So when you watch it, just imagine that one man being us.
Okay. And that being said, Gregory, let's go to you.
To me, I already answered the question. No, I said they definitely pushed that narrative. They definitely took everything from us and represented it to us and try to make us out the way that they want us to be. Like they can show us some stuff on TV and make you want to be like that.
Okay. Sean?
Phrase your question again, Timmy. I heard everyone's answer, but I want to.
So the question is, has society stripped the Black community of their culture, repackaged it, presented it as something new, all the while stigmatizing the originators?
Yes, we allow that to happen because, like who was that? That was dude earlier when he said that we want to be like them. Although we keep preaching that we want to be us, we want to be us with the things that they showed us what makes someone successful.
Okay.
Oh,
Patsy?
Yeah.
Sean, I feel like this, right?
Yes.
If that was the case, they wouldn't be, even though you have people that integrate into the neighborhood, but you can't deny that we are most accepting people of all type of races. We are accepting. We gonna open them with open arms, and we're not gonna discriminate towards these people. But they would do that towards us. And I always say to that is, you have to pick and weed out those people, because if you know the ones that are true, because they gonna be there through the downs and ups and whatnot, right? And so I feel like this, that those people that know you, those are the true people that are real to you. And the ones that ain't real, you can see them, they gonna fall through the cracks.
Mm-hmm.
David, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I like what Timmy said, and I heard this in a conversation I had some weeks ago with someone when Timmy said that we are some of the most forgiving and accepting people on this planet. And my personal opinion is because we don't look at people, we're not a race that look at people that's less than us, because we've always been the bottom race.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, Sean, right? And another thing is that no one on this earth can go through what we go through and still be able to still have compassion for people.
Right.
That's a God like.
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank
That's
you,
God.
dude. I was
Thank
gonna
you.
say that.
Yep.
I was gonna
Thank
say
you.
that. I was gonna say that.
Yep. Thank you.
And that's also how we got
I
conquered,
believe,
Joe.
and I believe the Most High is going to use us to wake the whole world up, considering what we've been through. We can be selfish and be like, F them, but he's going to use us to wake the whole world up.
As soon as we get our stuff together.
Yes.
As soon as we
Right.
get our stuff
It's
together.
Yeah.
So
And he's
as a
doing
gentlemen,
it
whole.
just right now.
As a whole. It's as a whole, though.
let me bring Patsy back into the discussion. Thank you, guys. Patsy, same question. Do you need me to state it again?
No, I remember. Yeah, I think this society in this country has like just stripped their whole identity and we changed it.
Mm-hmm.
Where I kind of think back on that TV show Good Times, where like Michael Evans
Best show
wasn't
ever.
happy with being taught what he was taught at school. So he was always referencing all the books at the library and everything, right? To find out historically what the Black culture is or was before stuff was happening in this country with slavery and stuff. So if you really, I feel like if you're the type of person that is angry that we're not being taught that about the history, you need to go research it. I agree with a lot of the panel, a lot of the guys. You need to go research the history of Black people, African Americans, however you define the Black culture in this country, to redefine and find out what a lot of the African countries and natives would like or still like today, and kind of implement that in your life, and not define yourself as somebody what somebody else thinks of you or how they define you.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Well said, well said. Tanya, you want to take a shot at that?
I think that it's been happening since the beginning of the society has been stripping us of our culture from slavery all the way up to today, through slavery, through excuse me, I lost my train of thought.
Say it, just take your time.
Through slavery and through, it's been through different decades. Like somebody was talking about the change of the identity on the calling us colored to it was Negro to colored to Black people to African American. So it's shifted as each name changed. That culture for that time was stripped and repackaged as each phase, each decade, I should say, or century. How we want to do a decade.
Or every 10 years too, Tanya. They always got some new things.
That's a decade.
And it's purposely done to keep us confused on who we are.
Yes.
And that's why a lot of people are in the state that we're in. That's the only reason. We're not bad people. Our compassion shows that. It's just that when you don't know who you are, you'll fall for anything. And we've been falling for anything.
We supposed to lead by spirit. That's what it is.
Right.
You got to know.
They got us so much flesh that we don't even know spirit. You're absolutely right. You're so much in the flesh with all the worries, the stress, and the pressure they put on you. Keeps you so low vibrational. It's hard for you to hear your spirit. That's exactly what they're doing. You're right.
From the 40s to the 50s, it changed. In the 50s to the 60s, you got out of the hippie era into the drug era. It's crazy. And it's like they push it like that.
In those times too, Gregory, those were the best times. Not the best times, but our families were stronger than white families. We had better rates of marriage. We had businesses, everything Black owned, everything. They just burnt them all down because they were jealous.
It was more together.
We even dressed different at a point in time. I don't even know how that stopped. And we didn't get back into the dressing fashionably. Now everything's just about jeans and t-shirts, casual.
Everything got all screwed up when Martin Luther King led us right back into slavery.
All right, let's bring Itima back into the conversation. Let's get a point of view. Itima, you would need me to state the question again?
Oh, I was too late to join.
Nope, you're good. Welcome. Itima?
Yeah, could you repeat it, please?
All right.
Yeah, I'm too late to join.
All right, welcome. Welcome, Stephen, and anybody else who just joined us. If you just joined us tonight,
Yo, what's up, Dave? You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing? How y'all doing, ladies?
All right, so people, the question at hand is, do you feel that society has stripped the Black community of their culture, repackaged it, represented it as something new, and all along stigmatizing the originators? Itima?
Yes.
Reason being?
I can't just say yes.
You can.
Because everyone just, you know what I mean? Everyone just said, I'm not going to reiterate what they said, but yes, I agree.
Makes sense. All right, Stephen, you got the question.
Yes. I'm just gonna say that we see it in everyday life. We see it with our music, we see it with our fashion, we see it with everything. They recycle everything that, we started in the first place when it comes to society in general. So, African Americans in our culture, we're just, built a different way. Our genes, we was a smart culture in general when it comes to body wise, athletic, when it comes to schooling, when it comes to inventions. If you look at most of the inventions in the world, most of them was invented by African Americans in general. So that tells you that at the end of the day, when they come with their stuff, we already created something, and most likely they'll take it and reinvent it.
Yeah, and to co-sign to what Steven's saying, to go back to what Sean was saying, how we were so suppressed that we still have compassion. We did all this being under duress. We created
Exactly.
all of this stuff under duress. Imagine what we create when we're at ease with ourselves.
All right. So that being said, let's move to the next question. Does social media target the Black community
Slowly.
because they feel
Hi.
that?
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna need you to mute your phones. So
Oh, I'm so sorry. Excuse me.
yeah. All right. So let me present that again to you guys. Do you feel that social media targets the Black community because we are an untapped demographic? Bert? You gotta turn your mic on. All right, I'm gonna go to Gregory.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hold on.
Yeah, he's on.
Can you
Go ahead,
hear me?
Bert. Yeah.
Say it again. I had my mic on. I just ran to my phone thinking it was off.
Okay. No worries. Do you
I'm
feel
confused.
the social media targets the Black community because they feel that we are an untapped demographic?
It's been that way forever. I don't think this is something new. I mean, we are. I think now it's no longer the minority. Black people are the majority right now that everyone wants to tap into because the numbers are astronomical. Our money is speaking to people right now. You know, people don't realize who we are, but they lose some of that black dollar. We become a majority in many neighborhoods now. So yes, absolutely, 100%.
I
We're
love
no longer the minority.
I love it, and I love that you grasp the question, you understand the assignment, and you fully understood it. I love it. I like that you answered. I like your answer. I agree with it totally. Gregory, same question.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah too, because I still feel like people are dying for attention. They see things now and they wanna do it regardless of the outcome. It could be some stupid challenge that everybody's doing, falling off crates. Now we all look stupid.
See the challenge with the dance with the person looking like they're retarded now? That just went overboard.
Ridiculous.
That is
And then they're
all
making us
about
think that
likes and
shit's
shit.
cool, right?
You know, it's like you
That's
said,
some
Bird.
bullshit. They're trying to make us by pressing it and pushing it on us that that's just okay. I can't believe that that's being allowed to even be put out there like that.
But they do it.
But the media is allowing it. It's influencing us. That's the influence by media. What makes us think it's cool, and hair and nails and makeup and eyelashes and all that's being proposed and pushed through media.
If you got
they're destroying the natural beauty that we have by making you think swinging your hair around is acceptable.
So we gotta
And
make
then
sure
that
our house
AI
is in
stuff
order.
is like pushing stuff upon you too. You scrolling down your page, it's a
If
whole
you
bunch of
got
ads,
5
sponsors
motherfucking,
that you
if
probably
you
was
got
thinking
5,
about, but you wasn't about to buy the stuff. But now you're probably gonna rush and go buy something that you don't want to buy.
if you got
Or you
5
don't need.
random people on goddamn social media cleaning up on social media, what you think is gonna follow behind that? Those 5 people done made a couple of billions off of it, right? So now they are pulling in the rest of the idiots that figured they gonna make that same type of money that those 5 people made off of the internet. That's all it is. There's a bunch of bullshit going on. They all trying to get into to make some money, and then because they got so many of them coming in now, they change up the fucking algorithm.
Algorithm. Okay. All right. So
algorithm or algorithm.
The algorithm.
You got it.
Okay, there we go.
All right. So hold on, Timmy. I'm gonna go to Sean next. Sean, same question. Do you feel that social media has targeted the Black community because they feel that we are an untapped demographic?
Untapped, I wouldn't say untapped. I would say easily influenced.
Okay.
But yes, social media has done that. And if I were to back up a little bit, we as a society have always looked at those that we considered better off than us and tried to mimic and follow and be like them. And social media has only brought the light to just everybody in the world as opposed to just a certain group of people.
Yes, I'm loving these answers. Do get in on it. Do you feel like social media has targeted the Black community because they feel that we are an untapped demographic?
Untapped is the question. That's the great answer. Now, the real American dream. This is the real American dream. Everybody got the memo except for us. The real American dream is that we have a group of people who don't know who they are. They don't own anything. All they're going to do is consume, consume, consume. So come to America and set up shop in all the minority neighborhoods, and it's guaranteed to make money. Guaranteed to make money. That's why every store you go into, you don't see none of our people owning it. And that's why we
give
buy
you money to come in here and own these stores.
Yep, and not only that, listen,
They're giving them money to do it.
Yeah,
They
sure
giving
do.
them
That's
money,
right. They
checks,
giving them,
food
yes,
stamps.
they giving them money and everything for us, for them to sell it to us, for them to set up shops. And hold on, good. So listen, Black African Americans, I don't like using that word, but I gotta use it so you know, we consumed over $1.7 trillion last year. We ain't got no money. Our people together brought $1.7 trillion worth of shit. Everybody's making money off of us. That's why we're broke, because of what we're getting. We're giving back to them. That's why we're broke. Ain't no other demographic spent this much money. No other demographic.
Without something
$1.7
to fall
trillion.
back on.
Shit.
The system's rigged. It's not our system.
Money.
You got to understand how the system's rigged, though.
Yeah,
the system's rigged. The system's rigged for African Americans to set a trend, and then after
absolutely
they set,
right, bro.
after they set that trend, the system takes the trend and makes the money
Steve
off
and Dave,
of
we gotta have a topic about that because I don't want to change the subject. But Steve, you're right. I can go on that one too. We could be
Yeah,
here forever.
dying for
That'll be a
attention.
good one for us. That'll be a good one for us. But I want to stay on topic.
All right.
We're trend followers. We're not starting trends. They
Trend
want us to
followers,
follow.
also trendsetters. So that's why
Listen, I'm
We're
sorry,
not
bro.
setting trends. We're following
Right.
trends.
One at
Bernie
a time,
right.
gentlemen.
What shoes to wear? They tell us what
It's like
pants
we
to
create
wear.
a trend and then want to follow them after we create the trend that they're following. It's like, what the fuck?
Exactly. You got to understand, even if we do follow a trend, we make the trend that we follow hot. You understand what I'm saying? For instance, look at all the rappers. Ain't no kids in the hood wearing Gucci and all that shit because they ain't had no money for Gucci and all that shit. But now kids will go out, sell drugs, rob all that shit just to buy a Gucci belt. You understand what I'm saying?
They
A
getting
$400
knockoffs,
belt, they'll go out
Stevie.
and try to
They
take somebody's
getting
life.
knockoffs. They getting knockoffs.
Hold on,
They
Timmy.
ain't all getting
But do you
knockoffs.
understand
No,
what I'm saying?
Hold on,
that was
gentlemen.
back
This
in
is
the
what
day when
happens to our
Jordans came
culture
out.
in
They was
general when
robbing
it comes
each
to the
other for
media.
them.
Gentlemen, I'm
I
gonna
know
need
that,
you.
but they
But it's the
got
media that does it. You get
knockoffs
what I'm
now.
saying?
They got imitators. They got imitation
But
shit
this is
that
what
looks like the real
But
shit,
you
and
got a
it
lot
is
of
not.
kids out here that really got on 1,000
You
pair,
might as well go to
$2,000
Canal
pair of
Street for that shit
Yeezys.
on TV.
I'm
And a
talking about
lot of that
you
shit
can't
is
Yes,
even
they
just
do. They
a
wearing
lot.
real shit out here.
these
Hold
kids.
Them shit
guys.
is fake.
Hold on. Let
That
me
shit
pause
is
you for
fake.
a
I
moment.
don't believe that
Whoa,
shit is
whoa,
the
whoa,
real
Timmy.
shit.
Timmy, pause.
You ain't gotta believe
Listen,
it, but
Listen,
it's real.
Timmy, the
hey
proof's in the
guys,
pudding, Timmy.
hey
You got
guys.
Yeezy going around here selling sneakers for
I'm
$2,000 to
about to
these
say they
kids in
got
the
these girls
neighborhood,
going
bro.
in the store and
And
stealing.
they
And they got
wearing
on
them.
They
real
got real stuff.
Yeezys. They got real stuff, bro. I'm trying to tell you, Timmy.
Oh. Welcome back. If you just joined us, we are discussing tonight. We are discussing all skin folk ain't kinfolk. We had a little bit of technical difficulties. I believe that my mic was not working correctly, so I wasn't being heard. I understand everybody's passionate about the topic, but we have to let everyone get in on the discussion. And that being said, Bodega, it's on you. So again, do you believe that the social media has targeted the Black community because they feel that we are an untapped demographic?
I believe that they target the Black community because it's not about us being untapped. We always been tapped. As I said before, we are trendsetters as well as trend followers. If we follow a trend, we make that trend that we're following a hot trend. Even if it doesn't belong to us, we're the ones that make it hot. We can take something from being boring and make it to something good when it comes to our culture, because that's what we've been doing our whole life through the struggle. So that's what they follow, and that's where their money's at. So like I said before, these kids these days, you got to understand, they're not making that type of money in their neighborhoods. But what makes the neighborhoods bad is that the kids is trying to keep up with the trends that's not really in our neighborhoods. What is a 15-year-old kid inside of Roxbury doing walking with a $400 belt on or a $2,000 pair of sneakers on? That's made from Italy. You get what I'm saying? Or France. But their mother lives in the projects. How do you think this kid's getting their money for that? This is what your social media is targeting, and then that also affects our community in other ways negatively, because now these kids feel that they got to keep up with whatever they see on social media.
Yeah.
But that's where their money's at.
And I agree with you. I agree with you because it also, this is where the profiling begins too, and the targeting, because now the people that have been elected to police our communities have a formed opinion about those that reside in the community too, because they have the same questions. Where is these young people getting the resources, the money to pay for these products? So either they're stealing, selling drugs, or they're robbing, or they're doing something criminal. So
exactly.
That's a good it's a good that's wisdom. That's just wisdom. I appreciate the Jews. Robert, you've been waiting eagerly. You can address it now.
Basically, y'all almost said everything I was about to say. I mean, children today is doing something similar to what my generation was doing. Are they stealing cars? Probably still switching. Come here. Still switching the serial numbers to these cars. You know, driving around like they paid for it, and the woman that they're trying to get the attention of doesn't know that this man don't even have a job. He stole this car and switched this the serial numbers. I mean, I believe that probably still going on today. They selling drugs. If they don't tell the females that they're drug dealers and they're wearing all this expensive jewelry and jeans and sneakers, and they can just easily lie to them. I got a good job. I work with my family's business. That way, they figure they're more on the low and they're getting paid underneath the table. They could tell her. I just think that it's the time of the youth, which I would say living in false pretense.
Okay. Well said. Well said. Itima, so do you believe social media has targeted the Black community because they feel that we are an untapped demographic? You gotta turn your mic on, Ita.
Yes, I do.
Okay. We gonna go to Patsy. Same question, Patsy.
Yeah, I think social media is affected the Black community, especially the younger generations. And it's not just, I think they're not just targeting the Black community, they're targeting all kids under a certain age, like under 25 and everything, just trying to sell them the hype and getting them to do stuff that our generation would never think of, because we didn't have this type of social media that these kids are exposed to now. So yeah.
Okay. And guys, let me be clear about this. So, like everything else, when they want to put emphasis for color purpose, when they say the Black community, the urban community, those communities, the demographic is made up of different races. But when they want to spotlight the Black race, they put emphasis on color, and that's what they put first, like black suspect and things of that nature. So this is the same pattern. Let's go to Tanya. Second question, Tanya. Do you believe that social media targets the Black community because they feel that we are an untapped demographic?
I think that I'm gonna agree and say yes. I do think they isolate the Black community or target the Black community, like what Dude and Stevie said, right?
Yeah.
With the trend setting and or is that another? Let me just put it this way.
No, it's the same. Go ahead.
No, let me put it this way. I think that it's detriment to society as a whole, because you got the people who stroll social media, serial killers, they pedophiles, they terrorists. What is that? The gunmen. What is that?
Snipers, hitmen.
No, with the kids that goes and do the mass shootings, the mass shooters. So social media is just in the age group that Pepsi said they targeting the young people. Is because the young people are the future. They're trying to screw them all up. The young people are the future because they care more about the planet and where the society is going to be for them. So they are very motivated and fighting for rights and things. So they're trying to wipe them out because they want to keep it the way it is. Take us back. They want to take us back.
Okay. So
we won't go back. We won't go back.
They use the social media as a tool.
All right, stay right there, Tanya, because I'm gonna go to you first with this next question. So if you just joined us tonight, we are discussing all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And which brings us to this question. And I'm not certain if I asked this question because we got a little bit of chaotic, but I'm gonna ask it anyways. So do you believe that skin folk make a profit off of their own and then basically abandon them once they make the profit? Tanya?
Do I think skin folk?
Yeah.
Started make a profit off of something they created?
So let me put this in layman's term. Do you believe that the Black race basically makes a profit off their own, and once they make a profit off of their own, they abandon their people?
Yes, I'm gonna say yes, because they get a higher dollar amount, because we've been programmed to go for the dollar. Did somebody say that already?
Yeah.
So yes, I think that.
I believe Bird said that. And that
Yeah,
being said,
I think that. Yes, I do.
okay. So let's go
It's
to Bird.
evident. It's evident. Look at Jordan. Look at all
Yeah.
these people. Yes, I do. I believe that.
Okay.
Look at the prison system.
Let's go to Bird. Same question, Bird.
Bird's not with us.
All right, Timmy, you're very voiceful. Let's go to you next. Do you believe that the black people, members of the black race, profit off of their own, and then they abandon them once they make the profit?
Of course, because when you got the young generation like the little punks, the little Uzi Bird, and all them little young niggas that was NBA young boy, Lil Durk, Mac Mill, all of them. All these little niggas were talking about popping pills. They were talking about getting drunk off of the lean shit. Now, granted, and my uncle in them days, they did that shit. They didn't call it lean, they called it something else. But they used wine and cough syrup, to make their lean back in the day. But these dudes was actually using soda and other shit mixed in to get a bunch of motherfuckers connected on it. And because the rappers, when you got entertainers, because that's how these corporations make money off of the community. They approach the artist or the entertainer about doing a product, and because they talk about this product before they got endorsed by that product, they come to, we gonna give you such and such and promote it. And because they do that, they are drawing millions and millions of fucking money from this artist and the next artist after him that's gonna draw in that money and corrupt the minds of the young community. And I have a problem with that because at least when hip hop came up in our days, though there was the drugs and the fights going on, the music was all about having fun and making everybody have a good time and vibe with one another. That's what I learned from the. Now it done changed to turning them into drug addicts and lean drinkers and prostitutes. So I feel some type of way towards the way that the corporation, and now that is to get them those, you corrupt the mind, you could throw them in jail and make twice as money off of it as being in jail.
All right, well said. Let's go to Patsy. Patsy, do you feel that skin folk make a profit off of their own and then abandon them once they make the profit?
I think depends on their values and morals of their own family and how they value their culture, their actual family and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like no matter who folks are, you're not gonna exploit your own family, never mind your own um culture and friends, because if you really love them and care about your friends, you're not going to sell people out and really exploit. But there are people, no matter what, because their values are devalued, will go out and do just about anything.
Well said. Well said. All right, Itzima, same question. Do you believe that skin folk make a profit off of their own and then abandon their people?
Yes, they do. And that's what a lot of things, the profit part of it, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, and I believe it all starts at home, and a lot of people don't, how it's set up. They follow the wrong things. And that's why, look, we the solution and the problem at the same time.
I like that. I like that. Well said. Well said. All right, Brimage, same question. Do you feel that skin folk make a profit off their own and then abandon them once they make the profit?
They abandon them before they make a profit. Some your people ain't on board really with you at the beginning anyway. In some families. You can have a business and they can see the big picture, but they abandon the ship because it ain't them that's gonna be making the profit. And then if there was the person that's gonna make a profit, with your guidance or your assistance, period. After they get all they can get out of you, they move on. They don't need you no longer. So yeah, I believe in that.
Stephen?
Yeah.
Same question.
I believe when it comes to our people making money, we always try to start off small, right? Correct?
Yes.
All right. And we always try to start off in our own community, right?
Yes.
So we start off with our own people because that's all we know. And we know that we can only relate to each other. We've been through the same struggle that another person in that same culture has been through. And it goes the same way for any other urban community, whether it's Hispanic or whatever the case may be. So you target the demographic that you know. And once you make it big, so-called big in your own community, the only way that you can rise above the level of getting out of your community is to try to take it to another level outside of your community. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Once you can get all you can get from the community. So it doesn't matter whether or not our people will take from the community and then leave the community, because at the end of the day, that's what you're supposed to do. But if you're a real person from the community and you don't want to forget your community, when you do leave the community, don't be like the people that's like Jordan and them. Be like the Magic Johnsons of the community, the people that build jobs in your community after you make it somewhere. You know what I mean? To try to change your community. You see what I'm saying?
Open up,
Be
a
an
job for the
entrepreneur for your
community.
community. You see what I'm saying? Try to help other people learn what you've learned to make it out your community. That way your community can become a better community. Otherwise, you're taking from your community and then you're leaving your community broken. You see what I'm saying? So when you start your business, whether it's a
You done
clothing
gained.
line or anything else, you're taking from your community just like these big corporations are taking from your community, and you're leaving your community broken without putting something back
They
into it.
gaining and
You know what I'm
breaking them
saying?
at the same time.
And I'm gonna give you a prime example of this. This is the reason why back in the day, you remember in the 90s, you had a lot of the and I don't mean to be disrespectful, Caucasian fashion designers, like the dude that owned Nautica or the dude Tommy Hilfiger, who came straight out and told you, listen, I'm not making my
Yeah,
clothes for African
right, right.
Americans.
Jordan
He did.
said that
He
too,
did
You get what I'm
say that.
saying?
but it makes
And then
sense.
Michael Jordan said it, but look at it at the end of the day. Who's buying their clothes?
That's because once
The
Who's
again,
community
buying
the
made
clothes?
system's
Michael
rigged.
Jordan.
And that's what
Think,
he meant
think,
by we're not
hold
tapped
on, Helly.
into that type of stuff
Hold
because
on, hold on,
we
Helly.
don't pay attention to it. We just
But
buy
peep
the
this.
shit.
Peep this. Back in the day, when you think about it, right? Who knew about Tommy Hilfiger and all that stuff? We didn't know nothing about that. But once
You
it got
saw
to the
the rappers.
neighborhoods,
You saw
it
the
spread it
rappers.
all around to every neighborhood. It wasn't
You
just
saw the
in
rappers.
those suburban neighborhoods. It became something that was foreign to people in the urban communities and the projects. These
Exactly.
dudes was walking around with
Because
Exactly.
you was
Tommy
watching them
Hilfiger on
rappers and
and
you
all this
wanted to
other
be
stuff.
like them rappers.
Let me give it to you like this, Dave.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna give it to you even harder. Y'all know I just did 13, so I read a lot of stuff. I built a lot of knowledge. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we got Timberlands. Every black man
Me
in the
too.
neighborhood of
Him too.
Boston rocks a pair of Timberlands. New York, anywhere on the East Coast, north, don't matter. We on our
The
Timberlands.
hanging tree.
But it's a hanging tree. And this was
Yeah.
actually made to symbolize how slaves was being hung as a
Well, we
memory.
hang
They
out and
made a
smoke
boot of
trees
it
now, so
that we walk
rock
around
them
with
Right,
shit.
crazy. We
24/7
hang
and
out and
spend
smoke
over a
trees.
Hold on.
hundred dollars
Hold
for a
on.
day.
Hold on,
And
Stevie. Hold on, Stevie. Because I want to make sure you're being heard. Timmy and Greg,
Yeah, because that's real.
please let Stephen make his point. You guys had your chance, or you're gonna get your chance.
Yeah.
Let him say what he needs to say. Go ahead, Stephen.
Yeah, so like I was saying, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you got Timberland Boot Company that's making these boots that wasn't made for African Americans, but that's inside of our neighborhood, which goes to show who's being targeted. It's just not the media, it's the big corporations in general that keeps the economy running by keeping the broke and the rich. You get what I'm saying? We're walking around with $100 and something $160 pair of Timberlands on, symbolizing a hanging tree for slaves. How do you do that? You walk in something that's symbolizing a hanging tree for slaves. And we walk on our feet with it every winter. This is why I big up certain cultures and as well as our African American culture that makes their own products, like you brothers, Still a Men, and things like that. Because at the end of the or Youth Serve and or brothers like DJ Khaled, who starts his son off with businesses and things of that nature at a young age. That way he can learn, he can come in the game and try to switch it up for people of intensity. Because that's what we need in order for our culture to get to another level. Because if we keep doing the same thing we're doing and we're buying stuff from these big corporations that's not even African Americans, we're not even feeding our own people. We're feeding the people that's keeping our people down. You get what I'm saying?
Love it. Love it. All right. Well said. Well said. Jules. And again, let me go ahead and reiterate what Stephen has just stated. So what Stephen is referring to is the online store is Emporium Plus. Robert, tell the people what they can find at Emporium Plus.
It's not hot no more. It's about to be fall, and we said it all summer long. Tap into emporiumplus.org. You will find the latest fashions and Envy Forever, Still a Man, Youth Serum, Adopt a Parish Ladies First, SOS Support Our Sisters, and Adopt a Parish.
Well said, my brother. Gregory, we're gonna go ahead and bring you back into the discussion. So how you feel about the skin folk making a profit off of their own and then
Money is the root to all evil, all forms of money too. That's the same way that the North Africans try to get the South Africans sold into slavery so they can get some of their wealth. So it's been going on for the longest. You got these people that want to snake out each other for no reason. It's crazy crab in the bucket mentality.
Okay. Sean, same question.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everybody hit it right on the head. It's just I like what Gregory just said because that was what my take was going to be. It's like that because we have that crab in the bucket mentality. Like I said, we're the trendsetters, but we follow what we think society says is what's popping.
Huh? Dude, you still with us?
Yes, I am.
All right, my brother, go have at it.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say this because everybody says some brilliant things, and my one thing is that I don't think nobody exploits the black people more than a black church.
Reason being?
You said, and being?
Reason being?
Reason being is that you're in the hood, you're in all these places, and y'all making millions and millions of dollars driving around in all these cars. Some of you got planes and jets, and some of these people don't have nothing, and then you make them feel like if they don't
Well,
come
wait
there,
a minute, Pastor gotta have a life too.
give them money, you're not gonna go to heaven, and that's not what it's about. The Most High is not concerned about that 10%. There's a lot more things he's concerned about, and 10% ain't one of them. And that's not going to save your soul. And they make these people feel this way, and these people feel guilty if they don't give, and they're exploiting that. And they come with a good sermon to make them feel good, then make them feel guilty at the same time that they have to give, and make them listen. This is what it is. The whole purpose is we care too much about people's feelings instead of the person themselves.
Okay. You stay right there.
Hey, Mom, that.
Robbie, go ahead.
I'm speak a little on shortly. It's not gonna be long on what Stevie said. Black people wearing Timberlands and the hoods that they wear them in, lugs in the other hoods, all different type of boots that they want to wear in their own hoods. If we as Black people can speak upon some knowledge like that, I know this tree on this boot is a hanging tree for the slaves. So, brother to brothers, why the hell are you wearing those boots? You know why? Because it's by choice. And each Black man out here probably got a pair of Timbs. And if you don't, you're wearing some other boot that probably was made by a Caucasian businessman or woman. So it shouldn't. To me, my logo represents something. Dave's logo represents something. It's what you choose to wear. If they didn't tell you that was a hanging tree and learning about it or not, you wouldn't be speaking that we shouldn't put those boots on. You'll wear the boot because it's comfortable. It keeps you warm, and this is what you. That's some of them boots keep you warm as I'm speaking on because I got boots that I wear. That's timber.
You're not wrong, Charlie, about that. You're right,
As I go on, you buy those boots because you like what you spending your money on. We have a clothing store. We can tell people, this over here is better for you, or you can get these 6 different brands. You can't force the consumers to buy something because you want them to buy it. They're gonna go spend their money in 12 different stores if they choose to. 12 different stores, and that's what they want to spend their money on. So I'm not gonna be mad because you got a pair of Timberlands on and there's a hanging tree on it. That's what you want to wear on your feet. More power to you. I'm gonna go on to this church stuff. No disrespect to church because when I'm in there, I feel great. But I'm gonna tell you what dude was saying. It is way too many churches everywhere.
It's like a liquor store.
If you can't see that they know it's a business and they're capitalizing off of some type of money, you got 2 churches on this corner. Go 5 blocks down the road. You got 3 more churches over here. You can go around the corner. There's a little small church hidden. You got at least 10 churches in Mattapan, maybe 15 in Dorchester, 20 in Roxbury. Come on now, see the big picture.
Yeah.
You got more churches than liquor stores in the hood.
Yeah,
That's
see the
what I'm
big picture.
saying, dude.
These
That's what I'm
churches,
saying.
listen, you got
More
more
than that,
churches
actually.
than schools to educate your children.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm telling you?
Okay.
But it's an economy gain. You got more churches and schools because churches is bringing in money.
Big business.
No, the hell they ain't.
Yes, they are.
let me-
Big business.
Oh.
Untaxed money.
So how they bringing in money when they not
Look at
fucking
these
doing their
I'm
part?
gonna give you a prime example.
Hold on, Stephen. Hold on, Stephen. Hold on. Before we get off topic, let me bring
That's
it
right.
up.
That's right. It's not even about that. The topic is about coming to why is kinfolk building their companies off of their own urban communities and leaving their companies. Is that okay? Basically, is what the question is.
So here we go, right? Let's bring it back to this. So I want to make sure I get all these questions in. So, is it what would so you guys present that question? You feel like it's a form of selling out, right? Where you feel like these people are basically getting wealthy off the community. They're taking from the community and they're not putting anything back into the community. Am I correct in saying this?
I didn't say all.
No. I'm talking about the gist.
No.
You're stating, are you guys saying that the church?
I'm not. I didn't say anything about church, Dave. But
I'm talking about to the individuals that said that because I'm setting you up for the next question. All right.
What I did say, I'm gonna tell you. I said churches.
To me, when you exploit someone, that means you don't really give a F about them. All you want is the money.
Yeah.
All right. So wait.
Now,
Timmy. No. We're gonna stick to this because you guys will put it out there and it coincides with the next question. What would make people sell out their own? What would make skin folk sell out their own? Dude, answer the question.
For greed. Just for greed. The only way you sell out anybody is for greed.
That's right.
For greed.
Now, that's your answer?
Yep, that's a simple answer because that sums it all up. Greed.
Okay. Timmy, be brief but be brilliant. What would
financial gain?
Okay. Sean?
Perseverance.
Okay.
Say that again, Sean?
He told
you. Perseverance.
Okay. Gregory?
Once again, the root of all evil is the money, all forms of it.
Okay. Bird, are you still with
right,
us?
Gregory.
He's not with us no longer.
All right. Robbie?
We backtrack real quick.
Go ahead.
Gregory, you said that statement twice, and you're quoting a scripture, and it's inaccurate. It's not all money is evil. It's the love of money. That's two different things.
You remember the song "For the Love of Money"?
For the love of money. Excuse me.
The love of money.
OJ.
New Jack City.
Okay.
OJ.
Also, you can bring it back up to a little bit further.
Because money answers everything. We need money to survive.
That's right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now you want me to answer
That's
this?
the rigged system that I'm talking about.
Yes, I want
rigged money system.
I want Robbie to answer the question.
Here we are in 2024. There was a man lying ever since 2016 for personal financial gain and power. So just, take that with a grain of salt.
That's your answer?
Yeah.
A man was lying since 2016. We're in 2024. He told you nothing but lies and continue to tell you lies to this day for personal, financial gain. And
are you talking about that man that donated all his? all his money that he
Listen,
got
guys.
We don't
in
want
the
to hear none of
prison?
Nah, you
Listen,
that.
talking
listen.
We don't
about
want
your
to
And
hear
boy,
carry?
the
that.
Hey,
honest
hey,
We need a
man.
good
hey,
talk that
I
you
you
didn't know
live
if he
guys.
in
gained
and
anything.
Listen. Timmy, Gregory, keep it to the topic at hand. Stevie, answer the question.
I'm gonna put it like this, because I feel like brothers is getting off a topic. The topic is about our kinfolk. Y'all keep forgetting what we're saying. Y'all are getting into these other people and all this. We're talking about our own people and our culture and our own skin race. You get what I'm saying? Or those that are close to our culture and urban communities. So I'm gonna put it like this. What would make you sell out your own kinfolk, your own people, your own community? I'm not gonna just say it's just greed, because greed is something that comes when you have extra. You get what I'm saying? You already have what you need, but you want more. I'm gonna say we all been in life struggles, so we should understand poverty. This is why these big corporations is targeting the communities, because of poverty. You got to understand, negativity breeds negativity. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's the poverty that sometimes make a black male sell out another black male. When you don't have, you always want to take what somebody else has. It's a doggy dog world, and most of us is trained like that because we come from neighborhoods that's the ghetto. You see what I'm saying? So in our mind state, it's that we have to take from our own people in order to make
Crabs
it
in the
somewhere.
bucket.
Who else we gonna take from to make it somewhere? You
If
see what
you
I'm saying?
choose to. If you choose
You know
to.
what?
It's not
It's a
about just being
choice.
chosen
Yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah. It's
Think
a
about it. Think
choice
about it. At
until
the end of the day, think
it's
about
a
it.
choice until you
Listen,
on
listen,
your
Timmy,
deep down on your luck.
Timmy,
Now you
Timmy,
have to
Timmy,
resort
Timmy.
to
Listen, I'm
drastic
gonna tell
measures.
you. I'm telling you from my own experience, Timmy. I'm
You
gonna
had
tell
a
if you come.
choice. You made
No,
that
no.
choice.
Some people don't have choices that grow up inside of a
You had
home.
a choice,
Listen,
I'm
listen,
saying. You
listen, listen.
had a
Some
choice.
people
I'm
don't have a
talking about
choice. When you're a
I
child,
know,
listen.
Yeah,
When
let
but
him
you're a
finish
child
answering.
and you listen, when you're a child and you grow up in a home that is a home that has a crackhead mother, right? And all you have is friends that's teaching you bad trends, bad fashion, teaching you a mind state that you have to go out here to take to survive because you have nobody else that you feel loves you, which most of these kids in Boston, Massachusetts feels like, that treat these gangs as their family members. And I'm talking from experience. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, what do you feel like you have to follow? You follow those. You are the company that you keep. If you want to be successful in life, you be around successful people. You understand what I'm
yeah,
saying? But most of these kids don't
I
understand that or
understand that.
know that
I
because they
understand
have
that. That's
nothing
what
but
you
negativity
surround me.
around them. So they become negative just like they're the company that they keep. You understand what I'm saying? In order
Yes.
for these kids to make it out of the situations that they're in, they have to be around people that's successful that can show them that there's another opportunity, another way to get out the ghetto. Otherwise, they're going to idolize the people that they see in the ghetto, which is these dudes with the chains on, these dudes with the Jordans on, the Yeezys, Balenciagas. $3,000 pair of jeans, living in the projects with their mother. These are the dudes that
That
they
shit don't
idolize.
even fuck.
You understand what I'm
That,
saying? So they grow up to be the same way because that's all they have. That's all they
they
know. So when
they
they
live the
when they want to take
fast
from their
life those
people,
people did.
it's easy to them because it's a natural state of mind. It's a survival state of mind.
Yeah, that's
If
really
you're in the
sad.
jungle, what would you do? You'll eat anything when you're in the jungle.
That's
You'll eat
really
a
sad.
dog. You'll eat a
Yeah,
pig.
because
You'll eat anything when you're in the jungle to survive.
Let
And
me
it's the
tell
same thing
you,
that comes out here
if
to
your
our world.
neighbor threw a piece of shit on the ground and he
100%.
sat and ate it, don't mean you got to do what he's doing because he's struggling. Now, this man coming outside that house with $3,000 pairs of jeans on is not gonna make my eyes go pop pop because you're
You're
living with your
saying that
mother.
because you're a grown man
Listen.
now.
You're living
How
that's
with
the
many
your
times
mother.
Jones.
have your
No,
friend
that's the
had a pair of
Jones.
Adidas and you went out and bought the same pair of Adidas your friends had?
Steve,
Come on
can I
now,
just
let's
say
be for
this?
real. We all done it.
I
I
respected
got
you.
my
I
shit
just want to
5
tell you
years,
something.
6 years,
That for some
10 years
people
later.
is listen, that's for some people is not motivation, it's nothing to praise them for because you're living with your mother. 9 times out of 10, you ain't paying no goddamn rent there. You don't
And
got
that's
no
right.
job. You're hustling. You don't make my eyes go pop. I'm disgusted. I'm like, damn, they spent $3,000 on jeans. The mother's over here struggling. You can see the roaches and mice coming out the house. Dirty clothes, curtains all up in this place,
So
and you
Charlie,
wearing
how old are you,
$3,000
Charlie?
jeans.
How
It
old are you,
doesn't make
Charlie?
me go, I want to be like you.
But how old are you?
Come on now.
We're
I
not,
grew up in
see,
the
I didn't
projects.
mention,
Even
I didn't
back
say,
then.
I
I
didn't, I
grew
didn't
Even
up
say
in
back
the
grown
then.
up.
projects. I done seen it
Even
all.
back then.
Back
Even
then,
back
man,
then.
kept up.
Gentlemen,
How can we say that when we go and look at a TV screen and we see that there's shell-toe Adidas and Adidas
You
sweatsuits
following the Joneses.
Yeah,
and
and
You
like
people
he
following the
said
wearing
Joneses.
earlier, social
Grundy
You
media
sneakers
now, you
following the
too?
scroll your
trend.
phone and
You
see this shit.
following the
hold
trend.
on. Pause,
You
guys.
don't
Exactly, but
you
that's the
Pause.
you
point of the
don't necessarily
conversation, Timmy.
listen.
You're going off the conversation. That's the point of the conversation. Is
Pause.
why
Pause,
Yeah,
Joe.
kinfolk,
but
Pause.
this is
you
why
don't have
kinfolk
to
take
follow.
from their own
Listen,
people.
there are people.
Oh. All right, welcome back, people. If you just joined us tonight, we are discussing all kinfolk ain't skinfolk. It's a very passionate topic. Very passionate topic. So, we got to take a break.
Did you hear me say yes? I'm here.
Yes, we hear you, Kate.
Okay.
We had to wait for people to go to their respectful corners, cool out. The cooler heads prevail, and then we're going to jump right back into it. So the question at hand is basically, what would make skin folk sell out their own? Let's go to Patsy, then Tanya, then Kiana. The ladies have been waiting patiently. Gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to mute your mic until I come back to you. All right, Patsy, question. What would make skin folk sell out their own?
Pretty much downright having greed and lack of respect for kinfolk. That's my answer. Simple.
All right. Tanya?
Money, power, respect.
Okay. Kiana?
I didn't hear the question. I'm sorry.
The question is, what would make your own race sell out their own people?
Selfishness, ignorance, and money. Or power, yes, and power.
All right. I'm gonna let you. I need you to elaborate more, Key. Need you to say more. Yes.
More about what? About those are the reasons why somebody would sell
Yes.
out their people?
Yes.
I mean, if you're selfish, then you're only looking at your own pockets and maybe your own family instead of looking at your collective family, your race as a people, your ignorance of maybe the past of what decisions you make affect all of our future. And people sell their soul every day for money. So I don't know what else you want me to say.
That's what I want. All right. So let me stay with you, Kiana. Are you familiar with the pie mentality?
No.
All right, so let us bring you guys up to speed. So the pie mentality is also, referred to sometimes as the American pie. Everybody wants their slice of the American dream, aka the American pie. So a lot of people believe that once they achieve their slice of the American pie, then they should basically go off to their own corner and protect what they have been given. Do you believe that is so? Whereas skin folk are concerned.
Well, to me, that sounds almost similar to the crabs in a barrel syndrome or the proverbial ladder. So somebody climbs up the ladder and they pull up the ladder behind them, or they see you doing better, so they pull you back in the barrel because we only believe that there's only one slice. But we make pies every day, so everybody can get a slice. So I don't believe that, but it is valid.
Yes, yes, my sister. Yes, my sister. Speak, speak, speak. Patsy, let's get your answer. Do you believe that the pie mentality is toxic?
I think I do believe in the pie mentality, but I also believe once you get that piece of pie and you enhance it and you're making a pretty pocket on putting money in your wallet or your pocketbook, you should help the next person and bring them up and share some of that slice of your pie. And encourage the people you're helping with that slice of pie to do the same thing that you're doing. You see somebody that's struggling, you help them with your slice of pie by giving them that slice, and that way you're helping everybody in the community.
Okay, well said. Tanya, same question.
Okay, what was the question?
So basically, do you believe that the pie mentality is toxic thinking? So basically, once I get my slice of the American pie, then I need to do everything to retain it.
Well, they only gonna let so many of us get a slice of the American pie before they start pitting us against one another to keep that crab in the barrel mentality.
Okay. I just bring the gentleman back into the discussion. Robert, you ready? Same question. Do you believe that skin folk do so much to obtain their piece of the American pie, they'll do anything to retain it? All right. Sean, same question.
Yes, I do. And it's still to be, I'm going to keep coming back to this word, self-perseverance. Once you get a piece of it, you want to hold on to it and don't let it go. And as far as sorry, I lost my train of thought just that quick.
You want me to ask you the question again?
Okay, yeah.
So basically, do you believe that skin folk, once they get their slice of American pie, that they do anything to retain it?
Yes. Wait. Okay, yeah, you can hear me. Yes, it's just I'm gonna stick with the whole crab in the barrel mentality. You're gonna do once you get it, you're gonna do whatever you can to keep it.
Okay. Gregory?
All right, I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna make George Jefferson turn in his grave, huh?
Yes.
So the pie is like a goal, basically. And it's almost like the same analogy with the climbing the hill thing. You get to the top of the hill and then they tell you there's nowhere to go but down, but you gotta look at it a little different. Like you got the pie, then you want to make another pie. This is one flavor pie. That's one goal. You even get to the top of the hill, you come down, go to another hill to climb. It's a whole nother goal.
Yes. Well said, well said. Stevie?
He's no longer with us.
Timmy? Yes.
I think like this. If Jesus sacrificed himself he gave everything that everywhere he went, he got gifts and things. He gave those to the people who were struggling, right? And I think if he done that, then that is what you supposed to follow.
Okay. Did everybody get a chance to answer the question? Robert, I'm gonna come back to you one more time. Are you back with us?
Yeah, I'm right here.
All right. Do you believe that the pie mentality is a toxic way of thinking? Once you get your slice of the American pie, you do anything and everything to secure it?
American pie. The stuff that they teach you people. Listen, I look at it this way. When I hit my peak of satisfaction, finance wise, I don't really know too much about a pie than the pie I eat. Do I do everything to maintain being, what is it called, influent?
Of
Um,
influence.
huh?
Of influence.
Yeah, I would do everything in my power to keep money because I like to see other people around me happy. So probably start some jobs, you know, have some investments going on. And I have some people work for me and I provide those that I could, homes and cars and things. I just think that yeah, I'll do everything in my power to keep that money, but I would want to see other people around me live good too.
Exactly. That's the whole purpose.
Okay. So let me bring you guys to the next question. I'm gonna go to Kiana first. Kiana, do you think it is the responsibility of those of us that let me say obtain a level of success that once we get a foothold in the door, we should keep it, hold it open for others so that they can too attempt to have our level of success?
Absolutely. You I feel like you do your ancestors a transgression
Yeah.
when you don't hold the door open for somebody behind you. Because what if everybody did that? We still be in chains.
Well said. Well said. Patsy, do you feel there's the responsibility of the skin folk? Tim.
Right.
Patsy, do you feel that it is the responsibility of the skin folk that have gained success to hold the door open for others?
Yeah, that's probably what I was saying with the pie thing. Like if you get your slice of pie and you get in that door and you're successful with making those pies and sharing, you have to share some of that pie and say, and teach them what your skills that you learned and get them to go to school and get a trade or whatever. And you're training them while working and going to school at the same time. And then as you're teaching them to do this, you're telling them once you get to the skills that I'm at, you need to do the same thing I did with you and teach the next person and get like one or two people and kind of like press it down the line. If that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense. All right, let's go to Tanya.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like it's the responsibility of the skin folk that have obtained success to hold the door open for others?
Not only is it their responsibility, it is their duty to also pass on the wisdom and the knowledge that they've gained through the years of working in the field so that they can carry that forward. And they may learn something from the person that they're training, especially if they're younger. They can teach them how to do things to connect with the younger generation going forward.
Yes,
Teach them
people.
how to
Yes,
judge.
yes. That's
Teach
what
them
we
how
talk.
to judge.
That's what we talk.
Good. That
All
was
right,
good.
Timmy. Same question. Do you feel that it's the responsibility of our skin folk that have made it to hold the door open for others?
Yes. And but they got some that try to close the door behind them, but they don't fully close it. And then the next big thing comes behind them and busts it up wide open. So they try to close it at times so it don't stay wide open for a steady stream. They try to close it at times, but if they get every 5 artists out of 10, they get 5 big names, that door's gonna stay open.
Okay. Dude, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, same question. Do you feel it is the responsibility of our skin folk to keep the door open once they get inside so that we all can basically enjoy the success?
That's how we stay blessed and prosperous.
Mm.
That's how we stay blessed and prosperous. That's what we're supposed to be doing. You see them Jews doing that, everybody else doing that. That's what we're supposed to be doing.
Okay.
We're
Sean?
spending,
Go, dude. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
and we can't say we don't got the money because as a people, we're spending $1.6 trillion a year on consumer products.
Wow.
More than any other more than any other group out there who's supposed to be making money. But guess what? We have no network. We spent $1.6 trillion this year, and the network of our people dropped by 14%.
That's by design. Word.
Yeah.
Because where that you're right, everybody can make a pie. We're that pie that everybody's taking a piece of.
Yep. Everybody loves blackberry pie, but everybody they want to take away from the ingredients. All right, Sean, same question.
Me, Tanya, and dude had the best answer, but yeah, to answer your question, yeah, that door should be, we should be setting the next generation up, and that's why we keep failing as a society and as a people.
Gregory, same question.
Yeah, because you hear these stories about all these businesses where people are successful, black people, and then these people are like gatekeepers. They're at the gates and they're not letting people through, or they're selecting the people that they want to let through instead of each one, reach one, teach one, whatever Uncle Rob be saying.
So Gregory, I'm actually doing me a favor right now, and I think Bodega was experiencing technical difficulties. He's trying to log back in. Could you get him back in?
I sent him the link again. I don't know if he got it. I don't know what's going on with his phone.
All right, I don't think he's back in. All right, we're gonna move on to the next question. This is probably gonna be the last question. Gregory, we're gonna start with you.
So may I ask you something? Yes. I just believe that I disagree with everyone else said.
No, did you get a chance to answer the question?
No.
No, he didn't.
I'm sorry. I was distracted by I got a message that Stevie was trying to get back.
He just
There you go. He's back.
Right here.
All right, beautiful. Stevie, we're gonna come to you right after we go to Robbie. Robbie, the question is, do you think it's the responsibility of our skin folk to keep the door open so that others might get access?
I definitely believe that they should want to. It's not like the passing of the torch, but it's passing of knowledge. It's passing of you assisting them in the fields that you might be, excelling in. I just think that everybody needs a better chance. I mean, we use the word fair, but we all see that there's just not fair opportunity for all. So I think they need a better opportunity. If someone got their feet in the door, both feet in the door, yes, you should want to leave it wide open, because the next generation or the next person can be dealing with your children or your children's children. So you want better opportunities for your children or your family members or the friends to your family. So yeah, leave the door open, help others so others can help others. The saying was, reach one, teach one.
Okay, well said, well said. Stephen, same question. Do you feel this the responsibility of our skin folk to keep the door open so that others of their own kind may gain access?
Yeah, I believe so, and I believe we've been doing so since the beginning of the time. You know what I mean? Prime example. We got Rosa Parks. We got a lot of civil rights leaders. Start things, and that will help. The younger generation finish it. Whether it's to stand up for a certain right in our community, or whether it's to help each other grow business wise and economic wise, or even to help each other survive. You know what I'm saying? Without trying to take from each other. You know what I mean?
Hold on, brother. Rosa Parks was staged. I had to say that. Sorry.
David.
Yes. Hold on.
No, I was waiting for Stephen to finish.
Go ahead, Stephen.
No, you can go ahead, T.
Finish.
I was going to say that we need to look at the younger generation as fertile ground.
That's right.
The wisdom that you instilling in them is seeds. Mm-hmm. And so then you take the seed and keep it under your wings. So that means you have to nurture it. You got to love it. You got to show kindness. You got to put some sunshine on it. You got to keep it happy. You want it to be, you want the roots to grow deep. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want the roots to grow deep, so when it comes to harvest time, they reaping the bountiful of forward movement.
Well said.
And that comes from the grandparents, if they have it. The grandparents play a big part in the growth of the younger generation.
Okay.
Their generation, because we all got to, be around our grandparents for the time that they was with us, and they taught us things. And so the things that they taught us, we knew the right from wrong. And as I keep on saying, life is not really hard because we all know right from wrong. And you know when you're doing the right things, and you know when you're doing the goddamn wrong things. And you know you're going to be punished for the fucking things that you do wrong, and you're going to be rewarded by the things that you do right. Because
let me stop you there, because I want to get this last question in. I'm going to start with you, Timmy, because you're heading down that path. So let me go ahead and keep you directed. I want you to be brief, but I want you to be brilliant. The last question is, are there members of our skin race and outside of our skin race that benefit from us being divided?
Definitely.
Reason being.
Because we must, you seen it. When we rally as a whole, we can get things done. The blacks didn't, the black women didn't get on welfare because they just put them on there. They fought, they marched and all that shit, protest. So if we do things as a whole, we can get shit done. But if they divide us and have us going at each other and have us separated instead of being as one, then they can conquer us.
Okay. Sean? Turn your mic on, Sean.
Repeat that question again, please.
The question is, are there members of the skin folk and outside of the skin folk that stand to that they benefit from us remaining divided?
Always. And it'll be, and it will continue to be like that until we come together. As long as we're divided amongst ourselves, every other nationality will always feel like they have that upper hand over us.
Okay.
Every nationality.
Gregory, same question.
Yeah, hell yeah. Cause it goes back to the plantation type thing. You got a person in there that doesn't want to see these people run away because he's in the house and he's getting treated good. If all the people run away, how in the hell is he gonna get treated good anymore? So you got those type of people, and then we have black people that have selective outrage. Like we gotta like Uncle T was trying to say about coming together. Like who benefits from welfare though? That's something stupid to come together for. But if you want to shut down something like Balenciaga or Thames, like y'all was mentioning earlier, we gotta stop with the selective outrage and really come together and be like, we're not gonna wear this shit. Because I'm pretty sure if an Asian person was being discriminated against by Balenciaga, the company's gonna get owned by these Asian people.
Okay. Well said, well said. Robert, same question.
The question was something about division.
Yes. Are there members of our skin folk and outside of our skin folk that benefit from keeping us divided?
Listen, we're like maybe over 200 and something years behind. We got to catch up. And the reason being is because I can't look at the man on the left or the right of me and say, I trust within you that we can do this together. We're not united. We haven't been. Every single color man out here wants to be that guy. And because we want to be that guy, we're forgetting about our neighbor on the left and right of us being that team. Once we start coming together, collecting our egos and crushing them within a group and just being one bird, and we might not be easily influenced. We might not be easily taken advantage of, or what they call conquer and divide, because they've been getting over on us because we're not united. So yes.
That boy was reading Malcolm X.
Patsy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that, yeah. People. Okay, I know my train of thought, but it kind of got off.
I'm gonna reiterate. I'm gonna say it again. Do you feel that there are people, members of this skin folk and outside of the skin folk, that stand to benefit from the skin folk remaining divided?
Yeah, I think that people are here in the skin folk community, they will divide others, but then there's skin folk that'll try to keep the community get together. I kind of in my head I was just thinking about the Woman King, where like the AO tribe would was teamed up with the European slavers to sell other African tribes.
You get it? It's a bad movie.
Exactly. I actually have that movie, and the Viola Davis's character Naniska, she's like the captain of the women's part of the army.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like when she speaks to the people and speaks to the king, it's like we need to be united. And even if we help release the captives that the AO tribe have captured to sell, there's still a lot of people, because we need to train them and free them and make them feel like they're part of a community. So that's what basically what people need to do is like, instead of dividing, they need to unite, even if you're not within the same community. You need to act like you're part of the same community, even if we're not related.
Well said.
So yeah.
Well said, well said. Dude, we're gonna go to you next. Go ahead, Dude. Dude, you gotta turn your mic on.
We had a goddamn convention, yeah. Everybody needed a round of applause. Stand the applause.
Oh, my bad, Dave. Just pass me on this one.
All right, this is the last question. You sure you don't want to answer?
No, I'm listening. I'll listen to everybody else.
All right.
All right.
Tanya?
Yep.
The question is, do you feel that there are members of the skin folk and outside the skin folk that benefit from us remaining divided?
I'm gonna say yes, and I'm just gonna point to the Supreme Court. That skin coat on Clarence Thomas.
Yeah, Uncle Thomas.
Lining his pockets and taking flights and passing laws that help keep us down and take away our voting rights, to try to take away our voting rights. And his cohorts on the Supreme Court with him that has the same agenda. So yes.
Okay.
He's the only one. He's the only black Supreme Court right now.
Oh, he's not. He's not the only one.
Don't worry about it. We're gonna stay on.
Oh, he ain't?
Thank you, Tanya.
No, Timmy, he's not.
Thank you, Tanya. Stephen, you're next.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let it be known like this. And I'm glad that y'all had this conversation tonight, because all these questions relate and it all goes around in the same thing, and it comes back as a whole. And that is that our Black communities are being targeted. Our culture and Hispanic and urban and Latino communities are being targeted. And when you say divide and conquer, However, how else do you how else can you conquer a people that was born and meant to be strong by God? We was naturally born this way. And I don't want to say that to be, ignorant or anything. I'm saying this is how our people was born. We was
Nah,
born this
you
way.
ain't wrong. My teacher taught me that in medical
So
school.
at the end of the day, when you think about it, how else could you break down a strong culture of people? By breaking their traditions, by breaking their generations of their youth, by dividing and conquering. You get what I'm saying? Like Timmy said, back in the day, we used to listen to old school music and hang out with our family members and have cookouts and things of that nature. If we don't pass these type of family values and traditions down to our kids, then we can't expect our kids to pass it down to their kids, which is going to keep us divided as people because our kids is going to learn only from us. If they don't learn from us, then somebody else is teaching them and they learning from them people like social media. And I don't want to talk about, how other people's getting their money because I know they're trying to take TikTok and all that, but these kids is learning from TikTok. These kids is learning from Instagram. These kids is learning from Twitter. They learning from Facebook. They learning from YouTube. This is what they picking up on before they learn from their parents in the household. You understand what I'm saying? So this is how they divide and conquer is by social media. Whether they African American or white, they divide and conquer because they know what is the interest of our people, even though it might be the wrong interest. They know how to get us and divide us. Another way they divide us is by putting drugs in the community. And I'm not talking about crack and cocaine. That's the reason why you got a liquor store on every other corner. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you keep a liquor store on every other corner and you keep people's minds intoxicated, then they ain't going to be able to make the right decisions inside of that area.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? You go to the suburbs, they got one pub in the town, and they probably got 2 liquor stores in the whole damn town. You come down here to Boston, Massachusetts, you got 15 liquor stores before you even hit a supermarket.
Those are facts.
You understand what I'm saying?
15 liquor stores, 10 McDonald's.
That's
But
bullshit.
this is how you divide.
Timmy.
This is how you divide and conquer. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same thing like Helly just said with the 10 McDonald's. If you're feeding your kids nothing but fast food, how can your kids learn about morals and traditions in the household to feed their kids?
Or learn about
They don't even
How
cook,
can they
son.
feed their kids the right way and feed their kids a healthy thing?
Learn about planting. Learn about planting their own food.
But do you understand what I'm saying? It's the traditions and values that's being taken from us because of the divide and conquer. And that's what breaks us down when it comes to society as a whole, as a people, is that we allow it to be done to us because even though we know better, it's all we know. Mm-hmm. And then some of us might try to get out of it. And we got so many obstacles that keep us trapped that we can't get out of it, that we keep allowing them to divide and conquer because that's the only way we can survive. Mm-hmm. So I don't hold my own people at fault. I'll hold the other 10% that knows better, that are the poor righteous teachers that should be helping our people. When you're in a better position and you're Black, you should help a Black person that is not in the same position as you. And that's what stops the divide and conquer. Okay. Until that happens, the chain can't be broke. And that's my answer.
Well said, and it's a valuable answer. Duchess, you still with us?
Yes. Do I have to go after that? He just said everything.
Hey, Keon, I was just saying he dropped the mic on that one.
There's nothing else left to be said.
He
I
dropped
mean,
the mic.
Well,
I feel like my little crumb can't even participate. So
yes, sir. Throw it out there. Roll the dice, Keon. You always rolling snake eyes.
Thank you, Timmy. You're good for my ego.
Hold on, Duchess. So dude, you still don't want to take a shot at this final answer?
He tell you he's gonna listen, things. You just
Timmy, I'm gonna ask you to mute your mic and everybody else so Kiana can have the final say.
I'm
Kiana,
listening to her.
Kiana,
Tiana,
Yes.
you remind all the Black viewers out there you have a choice in life. Pick and choose and make the right one.
That's Mary J. Blige. You remind me.
Timmy, can you please mute your phone?
That's not my damn phone, Timmy.
That was my TV. Sorry.
That's not what I'm talking about. I want Timmy to mute his phone, period. You don't require a background singer. Kiana, I need
Yes.
you to take us home, answer the question. Do you feel that there are members of our skinfolk that I'll say within our skinfolk and outside of our skinfolk that benefit from our skinfolk being divided?
Absolutely. They play the game all the time, trying to play chess while other people are playing checkers. We have people whose basically job it is to keep us at a disadvantage, at a disoriented. Basically, they put the blindfold on us and spin us around like we're playing pin and tail on a donkey, so they don't see, so we can't see what's going on over there in the corner.
That's right.
You dizzy as a motherfucker.
So yes, there's people who do it because by design for their own benefaction, and then they do it because they seen somebody else do it, so they think, oh, they made it by playing the game. Why don't I play that same game? And we all lose every time.
That's right.
Hey, this has been Still a Man podcast. Thank you for joining us. See you next week.